right. So speaking of jumping timelines and
What a
and,
segue.
and prequels, 10 years.
Oh, man.
How many years, Zaya? 10 years. We start the House of the Dragon. So we were talking about it earlier, and it's crazy because it was in my opinion, it was a really good episode, but also, and Z's gonna get a kick out of this, right? But it kind of like reset. It's almost like we need to
A
get
new
fucking
show.
used. Yeah, it's a brand new show now. It's like um,
So you're saying so what you're saying is the first five was the beginning, kind of the beginning, the middle, the kind of the end, and then the end is what you're
and
saying.
then the last episodes are the end. Yes.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
But it was interesting because we knew it was going to happen, right? It just felt odd that like Rhaenyra and Alicent are like brand new people, right? Sir Lenore, brand new people, and just that opening scene, which is crazy, which it's
Mhm.
very similar to the opening scene of like episode one, only 5 episodes ago, where the queen was like giving birth, and she was like, we see the same thing with Rhaenyra, but what caught my eye and my attention and my, nervousness and everything and my anxiety was that walk from giving birth. She's called by the queen, right, Alicent, and that walk, like it was forever, bro. Like she's holding the baby with your Lenore, and she's like just going, and it kind of reminded me of a little bit of like the walk of shame that Cersei Lannister had to walk through when she was naked. Like
Yes.
everybody's judging her because we don't know at this point,
Mhm.
right? Because we haven't seen the other brunette kids or whatever. But
Yeah.
this chick is just, popping bastards all over the place, right? And the reason why
No
the queen
shame.
is calling her, right? No shame. And she's walking and she's like, I'll make sure I'll take him. Oh, we can take him. No, I'll take him. Like she's just postpartum and she's walking all this way, and they make us feel that pain through that like 3 or 5 minute walk or whatever, how long that was.
Mhm.
And everybody's trying to talk to her, and she's just like, because she knows they're judging her. And at this point, I had no idea, right?
I just love the fact that it was one continuous shot from the
Yes.
beginning of giving birth to showing the baby. It's just one camera, one shot, following, no cuts. There was
Yeah.
no weird cuts like you would see in a Liam Neeson movie when they try to make him look stronger than he is.
Yes.
It's just
One
one
shot.
continuous shot going on for at least, like you said, 5 minutes. And I was just like, holy shit, this is uncomfortable.
And it was awkward. It was awkward, and you can feel the tension and everything. And then, not only that, she gets there, and of course, then we see that the queen, what she wanted to look at is the hair, right?
Mhm.
Oh shit, another bastard. And obviously, there's still like a lot of tension there. I would still say the same tension. I think the tension has like quadrupled, right, from 10
Mhm.
years ago. But then she has to walk back. And then we see
And-
that too. Like I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy.
So
You know
not only
what?
do we get the tension from the walk, you get the tension from the awkward interaction with Sir Christian
Oh,
Christian Cole.
Let me
And
say
then you
something
get
real quick.
the
I have it as a
Wait,
bullet.
I'm gonna say it.
Hold on. I want to apologize to our listeners, and I'm just gonna say it right now. We call them Sir Christian, Sir Christor, Sir Kirsten. It's Sir Kristen. So I just wanted to throw it out there. Yes,
Kristen Cole.
we call them everything. So go ahead. Sorry.
So going into that awkward interaction, then you go to an awkward interaction with the queen. On top of it, as she's about to speak, as the princess is about to speak, he just goes ahead and says, "Yeah, we're gonna name him Joffrey after my lover."
Pretty much.
His lover's name's Joffrey? I did not catch that.
The one that he died,
Yeah.
his name was
Oh,
Joffrey.
Remember
my
we were talking about it
God.
last week?
The one
It
that
was just the one-
Kristen killed?
The one that just got
Yes.
pounded in.
Oh my God, I forgot about
We love
that.
when we
Yeah.
love when Joffreys die.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty.
I love how she's like, I'm gonna do this myself. You're not gonna take my baby. She gets up, like not even 2 steps. Oh, hold on. Afterbirth. I was like, oh my God. It's
No,
getting
I mean,
darker.
The fact that we saw a trail of blood I mean, it kind of like to go back just a little bit. The opening credits switched, right? They changed it.
They change every
Like they
week.
changed,
They show the
but
bloodlines.
this time it showed so many fractions into this bloodline that you knew the Targaryen family was about to go bye bye.
Mm-hmm.
And so because like there's so much fractioning now going into this family that it's just getting weaker and weaker by every little scandal that they do.
Yeah, because I think they're showing the intro. They're showing us like the bloodline from the king and queen's kids, right? And then they're also showing us the Rhaenyra's bloodline mixed with um
Valerian.
the strong house,
The strong.
right? Yeah. So
And then you got the brother, the prince
and
who
Damon,
married
yeah, Damon,
Valerian.
yeah,
Damon's
Damon and Lena,
Damon's
yeah.
bloodline because you saw the gold helmet.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, it's like getting very intricate now, especially with Rhaenyra just fucking liking that jungle fever, baby. You know, but one thing that
Hey,
I wanted to mention, before we
she's
move
like,
on.
Wait, hold up, dude.
She's banging a white guy.
Yeah.
Well, but with black hair.
That's not jungle fever, dude.
That's like Guatemalan fever.
Hey, whatever. We have jungles too, man. But just before moving on, like one observation that I had from Sir Kristen, right, is that he looked fucking cocky, right? 10 years ago, we saw him; he was about to take his life, and he's still there. This motherfucker killed Joffrey and fucking sucker punched Sir Leonard, right? And he's there like, what? Like, what the fuck?
Zero
now?
fucks given.
Yeah.
Didn't I tell you guys that he's gonna switch side and be like Allison's like little buddy boy? Last episode, didn't I say that?
Yeah.
Even, I was like, in the future, he's gonna be by her side. He's gonna be anticipating what she needs, what she wants, and he's gonna be doing what he can to like get her back.
Yeah.
And what
like,
happened this week?
honestly,
What happened this week?
I don't think he's doing it to get her back. I think he's just doing it despite her.
Yeah.
He's despite Rhaenyra.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get who back? He doesn't want anybody back.
I honestly wouldn't doubt if he's not banging Allison, bro.
I don't think he is.
Oh,
I don't
man,
think he
I
is.
don't know.
I don't think Allison's cheating one bit.
I
think she means to be the only true thing in that family right now.
Well,
because
yeah, I guess you're right because she was all about honor and.
let's put it this way: what I didn't expect was the handicapped strong brother. I forget his first name.
Harwin.
Laris.
I'll tell you right now. Laris. Yeah, Laris.
So I didn't expect Laris to be starting his own little cult, whatever they're called, the Beatles, the Wasps, the Ladybugs, whatever that insignia was.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
that little insignia that he has. It was on his cane, and then he had a little thing on a badge as well. That's like his calling card, his cult.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, did you see the part where he goes into the prison and he starts recruiting motherfuckers? So
remember when he first got to the prison, you saw his cane. There was a bug, like a statue of a bug on his cane, and then it showed him on a lapel pin on his soldiers. So when they went to the Strong family home to do the dirty. That's how they zoomed in right on that thing.
Yeah, and just to clarify, right, for people, because it can get a little confusing, right? So the hand of the current hand of the king in this episode is Lionel Strong.
Oh,
Lionel Strong.
Oh yes, you're right. Sorry, you're right.
Yeah,
Lord Lionel Strong.
Yeah, so Lionel Strong, he has 2 kids, right? Which and then we jump into Laris, right? Who's the guy with the cane, and then the bastard father, Harwin Strong, right? Who also holds like a commander watch or whatever title, right?
Commander of the watch, commander of the city watch.
So I thought that was pretty interesting that this guy Laris backstabbed his dad and brother like that, just for power, just to advance his chips right towards power.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. And yes, I noticed the beetle too. I noticed the beetle on the cane and actually on the other motherfuckers too.
So going back to Laris real quick, he did what he did, not only to take over for his family's castle, but he also wanted to bring back the old hand. Correct?
Yes, he wanted first leverage over the queen, which he could just say she ordered me to kill them so her father can get back into power as the hand, but she never really said that. And on top of
No,
that, he wanted to get rid of his father and brother because of I don't know how they treated him, whatever, blah blah blah.
I wouldn't be surprised if what's the previous hand's name?
Otto
Otto.
Hightower.
So I wouldn't be surprised if Otto Hightower was using Laris as his spy for everything that's been going on. Like I don't even think he gets news from his daughter, even though his daughter loves him and is very loyal to him. I think Laris is the one that's been feeding him lots of
Information.
tidbits and anecdotes and information of what's going on. And then this is Otto Hightower's actual plan. That this is all, I think he's behind this whole thing.
But that's the thing, man. Like, and I know. So what is your take? So it sounds like Z, you're saying that your take is that he kind of did this, and he's gonna say that it was under the orders of the queen, but Allison didn't know about it. I have a feeling that she fucking does, bro.
No,
I have a feeling that she fucking does.
When they talked about it in that one scene, like after it was done, he's like on the couch. She's like sitting at a table or something, and she looks shocked when he told her. She's like, I know what needed to be done, and I know what you wanted done. You wanted your father back as the hand, so I took care of business.
Yeah. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
I think Alicent is, like I said, a really innocent person that's caught in this web of deceit from everything House of Dragons. So I think she's the only one that actually meant well. And I believe that it's her father that kind of like almost even set her up to take some sort of fall in this. Not really to fall, but at least to be on his side. So he's using Laris to get her, to give her enthusiasm to be more on his side and have their son, Otto's grandson, become the king.
So let's talk about that scene.
Let's talk about it.
When a lot of things happen, right? So speaking of Aegon and
when he's standing on the ledge,
when he's standing on the window of the Red Keep and fucking jagging off to the world and shit.
Wasn't there a Game of Thrones scene like that?
No. Cersei.
That's when
Joffrey's
I think you're
brother,
talking about when Bran got pushed.
No,
when Bran got pushed.
There's a scene where one of Cersei's kids jumps out the window, but it's I think it was the same window. As a matter of fact,
no.
Really? Man, it was. Yeah, because it was in the Red Keep. It looked the same.
Maybe
I have to watch it again. But remember when he just kind of walks out? When
you're talking about Joffrey's brother. You're talking about Joffrey's brother.
The one that was king at some point. He was king after Joffrey. And then he realizes like how much of a bitch his mom. Like he realizes everybody's fucking stabbing. And he was like a really good-hearted person. And he realizes like everybody's fucking stabbing each other's back. He's just like, fuck it. Boom.
I mean, looking at the kids, I like the fact that both Aegon and Jace are kind of like good to each other. Even Aegon, Chase, and what's Chase's little brother's name? Do we have I didn't catch his name.
Aemond.
Those three have a good bond because they just kept picking on Aegon's brother.
Yeah.
They brought in the pig. Here's the pink dragon for you.
Oh, so you're talking about Aegon and the brunette kid, right?
Right, the two brunette kids, Chase and
Dracarys, I think his name is.
Dracarys means fire.
No, that's Dracarys.
You just said the same thing twice.
No, I'm saying Dracarys, bro.
Same thing. I'm hearing the same thing.
I'm hearing the same thing.
Jace. Jacaerys.
Jace is the older one. Who is
Yes.
the younger brother?
Lucerys. Luke.
Thank you. So Jace and Lucerys and
Sorry.
Aegon
And the
have
little
a
one is
good bond
Joffrey.
together. Yeah. No, the youngest one that's brand new is Joffrey.
Yeah.
Are picking on Aegon's brother, and I like the fact that we saw them bonding good until the practice scene with the swords. Then shit hit the fan. Also, I like the fact that we got to meet their sister, who is an all-seeing person. Maybe.
Helena? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
like-
could see, like Bran.
Oh, the one with the
An orc?
centipede.
Yeah.
Centipede or
Like,
whatever.
Yes.
she had like
Yes.
a bunch of beetles and a scorpion, and she was like petting a centipede. And there was something in there that she said about 'cause I saw the breakdown.
The non-seer,
Yeah.
non-seer, or
and,
something like
and
that.
something about the ring with broken legs, the last ring with broken
Yes.
legs or whatever.
I think that's
which-
Bran. I think they're talking about Bran.
which calls out Bran, who's the last, ring with broken legs, right? So I thought that was pretty interesting. But she definitely sounds very profound, not like the other animals that are just about like burning sheep and shit, right?
And jagging off.
And jagging off. So yeah, definitely an interesting sequence, which is what pushes right. That scene that
Rhaenyra?
you're talking about when they're like training or whatever, and they, kind of makes the other guy embarrassed, right? I'm Harwin Strong, right?
Strong.
And they're like, okay, you guys gotta leave, right? And according to the book, right, where they're from, where they went to flee, is like a very haunted place, right? So like strange things happen there all the time, right?
Oh.
Because we see the fucking fire just starting or whatever, and I think that's gonna be kind of like why nobody's gonna doubt or suspect, right, on the Laris or whatever, because bad shit always happens in that village, right? Because it just started lighting up on fire, and I was like, oh my god, like just one episode we had this guy, and he's gone, and his dad too.
I was looking forward to this guy. All of a sudden,
Dude,
I thought we were gonna see a Sir Cole and Sir Strong fight, like a real fight to the death, and then that's how we would lose one of them. But I guess that was wrong.
That would be awesome. I was kind of digging the hand too, Lionel. I thought he was gonna be a big part. It was gone.
It made me realize how good he was. The hand. He even said, "You know what? There's a lot of rumors going on that's going to taint my family. I need to not be your hand anymore." And I love that scene because I was like, "No, if you can't tell me what the rumor is that you're afraid of, then you cannot leave. You are my hand. That's it."
Yeah, that was crazy. And now
Is it me? Is it me, or did the king now have only one arm?
He has one arm.
Oh my god!
Which brings me to
Well,
a good point. Yeah, like that motherfucker, the maester that was curing him with leeches, he's no longer
dead.
there, right?
He's gone.
And the king is alive, right? Because he's probably getting like good medicine now or something.
Well, I think remember how there was that maester's sidekick or the apprentice that said
we saw
use
him
this
there.
instead,
He was on the
and
table,
that's
right?
who took over.
Yeah,
He was there at the table, forgetting everything. His Alzheimer's kicked in.
Nice,
And I think that's who saved the king.
nice. He looked jacked up though. I don't know if I would have let him hold my baby.
But don't touch me, bro.
Which was
Like if I'm Allison, I'm like, don't fucking touch me, man. Get your hands off me.
I know. Which was another good point, right? Like Allison, like bluntly told him, like, man, like, okay, one bastard, fine. Two bastards, I'll let it go. Three bastards, motherfucker, like this is crazy. And she told him straight up. And is he just does he know, or is he like he just doesn't give a fuck, or is he that oblivious that these are not Targaryen kids, right?
He doesn't even want to entertain the idea because it'll ruin their leadership, their family, and their succession into like future generations.
But do you
becoming
think that
the
that's it, or
monarchy.
he just doesn't give? He's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna
No,
die.
he's smarter than
You
he
think
lets
so?
himself be.
No, I think Z's right. I think he knows, but he's not going to entertain it just for the fact that if he entertains it, it'll make it true. Like even if he voiced doubt in his daughter, it would make it true, and his wife would go off of a tangent. She would go off the rails with this one.
Yeah.
She's like, I knew it. I told you. Even now, you believe it, and then let's kill her. She can't be queen. She cannot take over as a royal take over for you when you pass on. It's got to be Aegon. And I think I mean that leads me. I guess that leads us to where do we think this is going to go from here?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Well. Go ahead, Z.
I think I think from the prequel of the prequel, the first 5 episodes, we see like how Otto basically like poisoned his daughter's thoughts towards Rhaenyra, and now 10 years into the future, that poisoned thought mentality has like quadrupled or whatever, like how Rudy was saying, and you see it in everything she does now is just to bring Rhaenyra down. Her whole focus now is bringing Rhaenyra down. Doesn't matter if she's trying to make peace with her or whatever. She's not gonna have it. She's gonna keep going towards her goal, which is really her father's goal from the beginning, from before she even married the king. That was his goal, to have his like grandchild, whatever eventually that they'd have, as king in the future. And now Otto's getting his goal after or he's
Yeah.
trying to get his goal still after how many years?
And it's
Over a
supposed to
decade.
be right. Like I mean, the easy thing is to kind of assume that Aegon right now is a teenager who doesn't give a fuck or whatever. And we have that scene where like she pulls him in after jagging off, and she's like, listen, motherfucker, like you're it. Like you need to be the next guy, right? And at some point it needs to click. And I think what we are supposed to see is like him and Rhaenyra just kind of going at it for the throne. But don't forget that we have Daemon out there now, and we kind of they showed us right, like the B side of part of the story where Daemon and Lena have twins now, and they're happily married. Well, I don't know if happily because he was like all into his books or whatever, but we have
No,
that.
I think he was happy. I think
Yeah,
you're
he
right. I
was
think he's
happy,
happily married.
but
Yeah.
they showed us a Damon that was like not ruthless or not like he was actually pretty satisfied with his kids, loving, just like a dude, right? Like, hey, like let me have. We go do our podcast. He wanted to go read his books, right?
I mean, let's put it this way. He was entertaining the fact of moving this whole family to this other castle.
Yes, because that was the beef, right? Because wives have to give you beef, and she wanted to go back home, live a dragon rider. And now, do you believe that she can drive dragons, her own
Yes.
dragon? Okay,
100%. You're. I think that the biggest take I got from that is that I love the fact that this is a woman that kind of tames Damon.
Damon.
And so what's nice about her is that she is so proud of her Valyrian blood that she won't even entertain the fact of raising her kids anywhere else but Old Valyria. Mm-hmm. Like, I want them to be raised that I was raised in the land that I know. And then when I go, I don't want to die like a peasant on the street. I want to die a dragon rider's death. And that's why, you cut to the scene where she's given birth, and it brings back old memories. What we assumed was going to happen in the beginning episode happened really towards the end of the episode with somebody completely different. Mm-hmm. And you saw her. The doctor said, what was nice about the juxtapositioning of the doctor going to Damon, and asking him, if she has his baby, she's going to die. And he goes, I don't want the baby. He literally said, I don't want the baby. He goes, no, I want. And then she goes, well, he asked her then, is she going to survive regardless? And he said, no. And then she overheard everything. And she's just like, fuck you guys. I'm doing this on my own. And you saw her just in complete pain drag her body to, I forget the dragon's name, and just Jerkars everywhere. She pleaded with the dragon,
Vagar.
like she literally begged Vagar to just kill her the proud way, and it took the dragon
and he hesitated.
big time.
You
He
know,
should have said it like 4 or 5 times before he actually did it.
Let's put it this way: the dragon even like looked away, like I'm not going to entertain this, and then she just pleaded, and he saw he heard it in her voice. He saw it on her face, and he goes, "Fine."
yeah. Well, at the
Wow.
end of the day, like you have to do what I tell you, motherfucker, right?
Mhm.
But yeah, that was, to be honest with you, on a personal note, I was hoping that we would get more Lyanna, right? Like I thought she could have been a good character, not just like a one episode
Yes.
character.
And she was hot.
Yes.
Yes.
But I thought, man, I wish they would have made it differently. Okay, she died, but wait 5 more episodes. I thought.
Look, let's put it this way: it's Game of Thrones all over again. The
Yeah.
people that we want and we like, they're gone quick.
Yeah, because what I'm saying is, like, we had good Damon right now, right? And I figured, okay, we're gonna start the storyline when he's a good guy or whatever, blah blah blah. Now the next Damon we're gonna see, he's gonna be a ruthless motherfucker because he doesn't have the love of his life, and he's just gonna protect his daughters, right? So he's just probably gonna go at that throne, right?
I mean, I'm thinking Damon's going to is going to try to plot his daughters to marry either Aegon or his brother to get chances to get back on the throne.
True.
Because I don't think he's going to be Daemon trying to get the throne for himself. I think he's doing it, and he's going to end up doing it for his daughters now, and he's going to do it in a ruthless way.
But remember, they are female, so I think he will try to. I mean, plot twist, right? Maybe he will try to get them for himself, and then figure it out from there. Because the story is supposed to be Aegon and Rhaenyra, right? But I think that he's gonna play a big piece of trying to get that right. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it could be, and we could have more time jumps. But
did you guys see after the credits and the preview of the next set? Dude, what's up with you guys? It's literally not even 3,
I don't
4
want
minutes.
I don't want them to tell me. I want to try to figure it out on my own.
No, I'm saying they give you the trailer for the next episode, and then on top of that, they give you a behind the scenes of that episode.
I get it.
And
you know how high I am by fucking 11 p.m. on a Sunday night?
I love how in this episode, in the behind the scenes, the producers and the showrunner, they're all like, all right, so we had the episodes 1 through 5, the prequel to the prequel, and now we got the second pilot, basically, episode 6, and we're here in the second pilot. I was like, that's what I said last week. That's what's going to happen, and they confirmed.
I think my take on all the craziness that's going to happen next really comes down to, I think it's going to be a weird situation about who's going to marry off who to who, and the weird things they're going to do to paint whoever is not wanted in a bad light. So, like, okay, right now we have Rhaenyra asking the queen if Jace can marry her daughter, right? The queen's going to think it over and pretty much said to the king, over my dead body.
Yeah, pretty much that.
I still feel that Daemon is going to come in and instead be like, brother, you have a son, Aegon. I have my eldest daughter. Let's get them hooked up and make the family strong again. And then from there, he's going to start playing. He's going to work with the queen to make sure Aegon becomes king, so that his daughter becomes queen. And that's my take on it. I think that's how this is going to play out, because I think these two women, Alicent and Rhaenyra, are going to be embattled in such a civil war amongst each other that they're not going to see Daemon coming, and he's just going to snake his way into it.
I gotta say, I like the actresses who are playing the adult versions of Alicent and Rhaenyra I think way better than the kid versions. But the thing I don't like is the actual characters. You know what I mean? How they are, their personalities or whatever. I don't like them as people. So I think they're gonna stick around for years to come. So
Yeah,
Mhm.
we'll have to see how they develop too. And then the one part that I also wanted to kind of mention is, since you said Jace, he he's finding out that he's a bastard, right? He asked her.
Yes,
He said like, "Am I a bastard?" And she was just
you're a Targaryen.
Stop
That's all you should care
stop
about.
acting stupid questions, son."
Yeah.
But yeah,
Like,
you're
do
a
you look
Targaryen.
like your white-haired black dad? No, you don't. So, you know the answer.
But and in reality, right? Like Jon Snow was a Targaryen too, a dark haired
Hmm.
Targaryen, right? And it doesn't matter. Like Jace has a dragon, right? So
As long as you have Targaryen blood, you can ride a dragon.
yeah, so I'm
Or
thinking,
or
right?
Valerian.
So I like your theory. I like your theory, and I think it's valid. But I think that Jace and Rhaenyra are going to be doing some damage there to interrupt that plan that you have.
I have a question. Since we know people die like crazy on this show, which one of the see, there's 2, 3, 5. Which one of the 7 kids is gonna die
Joffrey,
first?
Joffrey,
just
The
for the name,
baby?
baby man.
Nah. I think
I
it's gonna be that Aegon's little brother.
I hope, but I know it's a
Aemon,
Game of Thrones, and I'm gonna be wrong. The eldest son, the one who they want, Aegon,
Aegon.
the
No way. Aegon's
No,
gonna be king.
yeah, he's
I
Aegon the Conqueror, bro.
but
Is
he's
Aegon
too
the Conqueror?
stupid. He's too stupid to be king.
Yes. Very
Actually, no.
stupid.
Aegon the Conqueror is like his
The
great
grandfather.
grandfather. Yeah,
Yeah,
with the
but
dagger.
Aegon's gonna be king, and we already know Aegon's gonna be king. Like, that's written.
No,
But
He will
I think his
die
little brother's
later.
gonna I think his little brother's gonna go bye bye, and maybe Chase is gonna go.
Think about this, bro. Think about Valerian and Targaryen names. Have you ever
Mhm.
heard of Joffrey in like Game of Thrones mentioned or anything? Like,
Yes, because Joffrey was named after some famous Joffrey. So that's why I'm thinking baby Joffrey. That's why I think baby Joffrey is gonna live, because she says you were named after somebody, and it was a proud name. That's why you were named Joffrey. It was mentioned in Game of Thrones. I just can't remember the story behind it.
yeah, but I think I mean, I don't know if it was this Joffrey, but so do you
It ain't
think
gonna be the
Cersei
fucking
Cersei wouldn't have named them after a Targaryen, bro? Unless she was talking about the Joffrey who was Sir Leonard's boyfriend.
no way.
no
It's
way,
gotta
dude.
no way, man.
There's no
This
fucking
is gonna be
Joffrey, bro.
look. I
That
think
baby's
this
gonna be
Joffrey's
gone.
gonna. I don't know, man. I don't know. I
Dracarys,
think
motherfucker.
Jacaerys, yeah, Dracarys, same thing.
He's gonna say Dracarys, and the fucking dragon's not gonna hesitate. He's just gonna burn him.
Well, I mean, let's put it this way: the 2 oldest sons have dragons. So Jace and Aegon have dragons. The 2
Yeah.
younger ones don't have dragons.
Correct.
So Leonard, whatever, I keep forgetting his name.
Helena.
Lucian?
No,
Oh,
man,
no,
the younger brother of Aegon.
Luke.
Oh, Aemond.
Luke.
Aemon and Lucian don't have dragons.
Correct.
Doesn't
So
one
that's
Luke?
gonna
Oh
that's
no,
gonna be
sorry.
interesting.
So before we end, I wanted to throw out a crazy theory that I read from like Twitter dude that just kind of threw it out there. But in the prior episodes, we have seen, and I think we mentioned in the show, like rats, right? Like rats fucking being all over the place,
yeah.
right? When Rhaenyra's going through
I
the
think it's
fucking
the
halls,
same one. I
right?
think it's the same
And
one.
then we see it on Allison's bed, and then the king sees the rat in this fucking episode, and then the rat is drinking the blood or whatever.
Yes.
And for some reason, Lord Larys Strong has all this insight, right? That we're like, well, how the fuck does he know all these things, right? So the theory is that this motherfucker might be an orc, and
Wait, do you think he's an orc or an all-seer like Bran?
so Bran was yeah, an
Didn't they call
all-seer.
them all-seers? Yeah.
Yeah, but an
And
orc.
he can see through animals.
Yeah,
Like
so that's what I'm talking about. But I think that Bran could fucking see through like dimensions or something. But there's these motherfuckers that, if you remember Game of Thrones, there was this guy that was an orc that could see through animals, but nothing else. Right? Bran could
Yeah.
fucking like go through timelines and shit. But
Yes,
anyway,
yes.
so I'm thinking that this guy, either this guy or he knows somebody that is the rats. Because like, why are they showing all these rats, bro? And then he
I
knows
think it's
all
the
these
same
secrets.
rat.
Yeah. So
Is that what an orc is? Who can see through animals, and then
Yeah, because I
Bran
think
is
that's
like
what
the next level animals and
So-
everything else.
that's what I was referring to with Aegon's sister, the
he's,
one that they want to marry off.
Bran was a high sparrow or something. Yeah, that's what it was.
Was it a sparrow or a raven?
Raven, maybe.
So, anyways,
I'm a little-
I think the daughter of the queen is also someone that could see through animals. Is a seer that way as well. I like that theory. I mean, it's very valid. I think it's extremely plausible in this fucking story because it seems like anyone that can have a special ability also has a disability in real life.
Yeah.
So it just plays hand in hand with how we've seen these shows work.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Z.
Bran, I just googled it real quick. Bran was the three-eyed raven.
Three-Eye Raven. There you go.
Yep.
There you go. So yeah, so you're right. I think Helena might have some sort of avenue into that Three-Eye Raven spot, but the
Yes.
orcs are the ones that can like jump into animals.
Let me ask you guys, now that we've seen like the first episode of the like basically the new series compared to like the previous 5,
Yeah, we got it.
which do you guys prefer? Previous 5?
I like the fact that it's intertwined with each other. I can't. I know how you're looking at it, and I don't look at it as two different shows. Even though the makers are saying it's like a new pilot, I just like any story that has an awesome continuation. Like it's an ever flowing continuation in the storyline. I like that. So I don't look at it as two different ones. I just look at it as someone hitting fast forward.
Rudy?
What about you? No, I want to hear your thoughts because
I've said this to you guys before on the podcast, in the chat, everything. I did not like the original 5 episodes, the first 5. I thought they were slow. I did not know when they were doing time jumps because they didn't really tell anyone unless someone actually spoke it out loud or you noticed like, oh, no baby, now there's a 2-year-old. Yeah, not pregnant. We're married and have a 2-year-old. Oh, okay.
So you liked this episode. This last episode you liked.
I like this. Actually, reminds me of Game of Thrones.
So let's say that this next 4 episodes or these last 5 episodes are gonna be what you expected and fucking awesome. And in the future, if somebody asks you what's your favorite season, are you gonna say half of season 1 or are you gonna say season 1?
I'm gonna say the second half of season 1.
No, fuck that! You're gonna be like
You know what?
If season 1 ended on 5, I would absolutely hate this show. I would never watch again. I don't care about this podcast.
Z is the kind of person. Z is the kind of person where he'll be like, when you ask him when he has kids, they're like, "How old is your son?" "Oh, he's 26 months." "You mean he's 2 years old?" No, he's 26 months.
I wouldn't. The hell out of here.
That's funny. Z.
He doesn't say season 1 was great. He'll say, no. Episode 5 through whatever was great.
Nah, dude, this show specifically wrote this shit like this, where it's
and I like that. I understand. You said your piece. Now let me say mine.
Piss poor.
So I get it. But you need the bad to show how good it can become. You can't have consistently great in every episode.
Season 1, episode 1 through
Even
5
Game of Thrones, even Game of Thrones was not great every episode. They had some shit ton of fluffers. especially in season 1.
Those first 5 episodes is like season 8 of Game of Thrones.
No.
That's
Dude,
how bad.
calm
In
down.
my eyes, that's how bad
Calm
those episodes
down.
No. That's
are. They're
You
even
killed
worse.
the bear, bro.
They're
You
even
killed the
worse than
bear.
season 8. That's how bad I think it. Even worse than season 8 of Game of Thrones.
You're extreme.
I did not,
like to over. I think
I
you're
didn't-
over exaggerating.
guys.
I did not like. I didn't like the Rhaenyra, the actress.
Let's close with this. Let's close with this.
I mean-
you know, you wouldn't have episode 5 without the first 5 episodes, right?
Yes, you would.
But let's close with this. I finally finished the not House of the Dragon, the Game of Thrones season 8 Redux. Remember I talked about the fan-made audio podcast, but it's like an audio book or whatever. I finally finished it. For our viewers, look up Game of Thrones season 8 Redux on Spotify. It's fucking great. It's 10 episodes. Listen to it.
I'll look into that.
You know, maybe like the first couple. The first one is cool because you're like listening to the voices. Oh, they're similar. Episode 2, 3, maybe a little slow, but then it fucking picks up. Even though it's audio, somebody asked me, "There's no video, not even an animation." No, it's all audio, so it's all your imagination, and you're envisioning the real characters, you know. But the story completely changes. It's like the who's the guy that remade the Justice League?
Zack Snyder.
Snyder. It's like the Snyder cut of fucking Game
Okay.
of Thrones episode 8. So go ahead and check it out.
We will check it out. And I think on that note, we should end it because my battery's about to die.
Yes. So,
And you're going to see me cut off soon. So I don't want that to happen. I have 3% left
all right.
on your
So-
computer.
on my phone because I'm on my phone.
Oh wow.
So everyone subscribe, join Side Geeks, spread the word, and let's get going.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Spotify, YouTube. Peace out, guys.